What up, y'all? It's your girl T.U.O coming back with another clap back. So today I'm going to be clapping back on a few men. Most men. Majority of men. Hold on, let me check my sound real quick. Hold on. Now look, not only am I not feeling good, I'm going to show y'all what's new. I'm going to get on camera today. Look, don't be expecting nothing because I don't feel good. I thought I was going to be relaxing in my bed to recover, but I had to take my baby his computer to school, so I had to walk down there. Ugh, child. Back in my day, if I forgot something at home or anything, I would have to go back home and get it myself. Like when I was younger, I rarely, if at all, depended on my mommy. And that's nothing against my baby or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, Jesus. And I like to be depended upon. At the same time, I would like to see some initiative in doing your own thing, like getting it for yourself, getting it out the mood, as they would say. All right, let me check the sound. Hold on. All right, so there's a few things that I want to discuss. Um, it's not gonna be a long video or anything like that, but I do want to discuss a few things. Let's turn the camera on. What's up with y'all? Now, I got some braces in my mouth, okay? So that's why I'm talking weird. I'm trying to get used to talking with braces. The crap is annoying, okay? Um, my baby got some braces, and I'm like, you going through this? This is painful. This is uncomfortable. I couldn't even really sleep that well. And this wire on the side of my damn mouth is poking the hell out of me. But anyways, let's get into the topic. So I just saw something. I guess this is a new stand up or whatever of this guy talking about how we used to purchase marijuana, and it had me thinking like, you know what? It used to be, you know, how you say, like, enjoyable to go to somebody's house and purchase marijuana. It would be a little bit uncomfortable because, they could pull, a pew pew on you, and you could possibly, get your life taken if you trying to do something to this person, right? But for the most part, interacting with this person and getting a lot more for your dollar. I used to get like a half a zip bag for $20. Um, and I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story about that. But for the most part, I was thinking the weed man never tried to drug us though. Like he gave us drugs, but he didn't, spray it with extra THC and tried to take our life. Like the government is doing a whole nother 360. The crazy part is the fact that the president said, and I don't know if it's AI, but the president said that Mexico produces coke and that they give the United States coke and thank you for your coke. It's crazy. So I'm like, how can you, all those people that's in prison, for one, I feel tremendously bad for, because how can you allow for these people to be in prisons? Please like and comment and subscribe, okay? If you're in here. Thank you. That will help. Um, how can you allow people to remain in prison if you're conducting the same crimes that they're in prison for, except you don't get persecuted? Huh? So free those people or put yourself in jail. Like, I'm so ready for this man. But back to my story, right? Back to my story. So I purchased a half zip, right? For $20. And it was my ex-boyfriend's prom. It wasn't even my prom. It was his prom. And we were getting ready, and my plan was to purchase some weed and get my hair done. My mom was getting my hair done, and I had bought some weed on the way to her house. And so what happened was my mom wanted me to smoke all the weed at her house because she was getting my hair done. And I'm like, no, this is for, the prom. And she got an attitude and was like, "Oh, I'm over here getting your hair done and you can't even smoke a blunt with me," or something like that. And I was like, "No, because it's not mine. Really, it was my ex-boyfriend's." And so we get into this whole fight. The police is called. I don't remember who called, but I didn't have a cell phone at the time, so it wasn't me. Um and the police come, they take my weed, and they write me a ticket to show up at court. Tell me why I show up at why did I show up to court? And they said, "Oh, you don't have a case. You don't have a case here. You maybe no." And we showed them the ticket, like, this is it. Oh no, there's no case here. Maybe they didn't file it or something. I don't know. Girl, boy, you don't know how pissed I was. I said, them niggas smoked my shit. They smoked my weed. Okay, I was pissed. All right, pissed. So that was just something I wanted to share with y'all. Like, for real, y'all, yeah, I believe they smoked it. I believe the police smoked it, resold it, or whatever. And it was some good. It was some good weed. Like I said, you didn't have to spray it with THC. You didn't have to enhance it. It was good on its own. It was good on its own. But anyways, so moving on. So I'm over here watching the public offender. If y'all don't know who he is, let me see if I can pull him up. Uh I bet. Do, 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 do. Let me see. Let me go home. I can go to history because I want to look at one of his videos too. Excuse me. Y'all don't know how bad my mouth hurt right now. Oh, I'm not in the right one. I'm not gonna be able to switch because I'm in a different one. Hold on a second. My bad. I'm looking for the video right now because I was watching it while I was going to take my baby the sweater. They're so funny. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. So let me see. Hopefully it don't play. Okay. The sound is off. I'm gonna pull it up on my other one. If I had two screens, it would be easier, but I gotta go through all this. All right. And let me see. I think it was 16. So I was watching the public defender, and he basically his his target audience is is men. That's who he's targeting. And so his attracted audience is women, right? Because they agree with him for the most part, right? So he does a lot of reviews of videos and give his commentary, basically calling out men, which I enjoy and for the most part agree with. Sometimes I do feel like he's pandering, but if the truth is the truth, how can I say that, So let me go ahead and share my screen and we can look at it together. I'll make sure. Nope, that's not the one I want. All right.
I speak English only. You can, I mean, you know, we're done here, I guess. Or would you try to, okay, can I write it? Can I draw it out? Like you need to communicate with people on their level.
Show it the way you want to see it. What's really being said and what really should be said is, I insert name of woman who's in relationship with man does not like the way this man shows his emotion. And that man should be able to say, I don't want to show it the way you want me to show it. Can you deal with it?
Well, then that sounds like you're not compatible with that woman. I don't want to show it the way you want me to show it. Well, for it to be effective, that's like, okay, in a job position, right? Of course, there's many ways of doing a job. But if there is protocols and procedures on how to do the job to avoid injury, then you need to do the job according to protocols and procedures. And for some reason, men don't want to cooperate, which is something that the public offender said. They don't want to go by the policy and procedures. They just want to do what they want to do and want you to adapt to what their what do they call it? They want you to adapt to their life plan, their structure of things. And it's like, well, I've already been there, done that. I've tried this before. It does not work for me. So then it just sounds like you want to end the relationship if you can't give me effective communication, or be effective in a relationship. That's just how it works.
If the answer is no, go your separate ways, but do not blame men at large. And
Well, when it's a majority of men doing it, I'm at this point of saying if a majority is doing it, according to statistic, and when I say statistic, I mean statistic class. Okay. Some of y'all need to go take statistic class before y'all start talking about statistics says, because y'all don't know how statistics work. An outlier will be considered, if it's the majority, you can definitely say all in that case. It's healthy communication because it's not all men, but it's healthy communication to say most, some, majority, at large. It's healthy to say that, right? It's greater than, but at this point I'm over it. Because when you guys give praises to one another, you're a part of the issue. You may not be doing it yourself. And when you're not calling it out, especially your associates and friends, when you're not calling those behaviors out, you're a part of the problem. And so, yeah, I could say yes. It's all you guys, and that's what I'm about to say. All you guys, because if it wasn't all you guys, it wouldn't be considered normal. That's why this whole red pill thing was popular, is kind of still popular. To bash women is kind of popular because of a whole bunch of rejects. Let's bring that word back. A whole bunch of rejects, right? You guys are so mad that you've been rejected by certain women, especially your preferences. And I definitely want to touch on that too, is the fact that you guys have these preferences that don't like you. This butterball head dude right here probably likes some type of preference that just ain't into him. We used to call them exotic women. That's just not into him, when he needs to come down from Jupiter and stop getting stupider and get him a regular woman. A regular good looking woman. She ain't got to have a BBL booty look alike. You feel me? She ain't got to be the baddest thing that everybody wants to smash. That's another thing I need to take out of y'all criteria in life, is my homies gotta want her for me to want her. Like, that is lame. I think women are quite the opposite. We don't want dudes that everybody wants. We don't try to do that. We want dudes that are compatible with us, that are, I'm not, because that's another thing that I'm let me write it down. Because it's a lot going through my mind. But I'm not about to sit up here and give y'all the recipe, and I'll get into it deeper in a moment. But women don't operate on that. Oh, he got to look like the baddest. Yes, we would like men to be a certain height, a certain stature. But for most women, I don't even think, especially at a certain age, we eventually come down from fantasy. You feel me? We come down from fantasy. We say in our 20s, we talking about we want the dude that got six figures and with the money. Because I wasn't even saying no crazy crap like that. I want a dude with six figures. I would like a dude that's financially stable so we can go out and have a good time. You know, my standards was not over the top. Now, I was one of those people who said the person has to be six figure, which my child's father, I'm sorry, my child's father, my child's father is not 6 feet tall. He tries to pretend like he's 6 feet tall. Sorry, I'm drooling. He tries to pretend like he's 6 feet tall, but he's not 6 feet tall. He is 5'11" and a half at best. Okay. And that's good enough. Like, I'm 5'2". I'm a little bitty thing. Okay. But I can hang with the big of them, the best of them, and the biggest of them. So the other thing I want to touch on too is, I feel like when you're in these groups, when you guys are in these circles of men who don't dislike women, which in turn is really disliking themselves, the best thing you can say, instead of giving them amens and praises about their point of view of women, is to encourage them to work on themselves. I am at a point in my life, sorry. I'm at a point in my life where I don't really like men like that. I don't hate y'all, but I don't like y'all at all. And it's cool that you don't like me either. I've gotten a lot of people online talking about we ain't even checking for you. Good. It's easier for me. You feel me? It's easier for me to avoid the BS that y'all give. You feel me? But what I encourage myself to do every day, while I'm not in a great position, or I'm not at a great place to engage with y'all like that on that level. I don't know if I've already told you guys, there was a guy that was trying to talk to me. My mom, introduced me to this person on the streets. And he was trying to do some pop the balloon crap on the streets. What type of work you do? How many kids you got? Is your baby daddy in his life? Whatever the stupid questions they be asking, right? Right. And for one, I wasn't even at my best, and I wasn't even checking for him. My mom pushed him onto me. And so what was I gonna say? First of all, I'm just like, for you to be doing this as if you're on a show is crazy. But then to try to shame me, I'm trying to think what was the point of me saying this. Okay, so then for you to try to shame me for having one child while you have 4 children, but I don't know how many different baby mamas, right? He did say he got married. I don't know how many times, but he has 4 kids. And that was enough for me. I was like, I'm good. But what made me feel some type of way is that I wasn't at my best, right? Because when I looked at him, I was like, damn, he do look good. But again, that is the surface of things. At the same time, I'm like, well, he looks good. He's presenting himself in the best light. I'm not presenting myself in the best light. So the only thing that this relationship can go to is something, that's not of substance. So it kept bothering me, but it was something about me though. It wasn't about this person. I didn't even really go in depth about the fact that he had 4 kids. It was the fact that I wasn't presenting myself in the best light and what I want to do for myself. Like, I'm not at the right size that I want to be right now. I noticed that because I'm aging and I have certain habits, my teeth are spreading because of how I have a lazy tongue basically. Um and I have these little like spikes in the back of my teeth to train my tongue to stop pushing forward. So that's what causes my teeth to spread. I spent all this money to get braces. Me and my child has braces. So he doesn't have any type of uh um uh what do you call it? Appearance disorder, or body what is it? Body morphia? Something like that. And so dysmorphia, I think. So I am starting to work on myself because I don't even want to date somebody. But at the same time, I would want somebody who is interested in me for who I am. Because hell, the way life is, the way life be lifing, the fact that I also want more kids too, it wasn't gonna happen with that man. So no. But the way life is, you gain weight, you lose weight. That's just how it is, because life is a ebbs and lows situation, and you have to go with the punches. It is about consistency and so forth. Like I'm not here to tell you about lifestyle, okay? But I'm just saying the thing that could be encouraged. The thing that could be encouraged is to that crap hurted so bad, is to encourage men to work on themselves that they feel like is an issue, not what other people feel, because I could give a damn about what somebody think about me. Like, even though I was not looking my best, I'm telling you, I had hair all on my chin. It was long too, and I had a white shirt on, so you could see it, right? My hair was not done. It was halfway done. And I had dirt all over me because I was doing something. I was doing something. I was working on the car or something. And I was moving. I was in the process of moving. And he still was trying to get at me, but he was trying hard to get with me for the wrong purpose that I wasn't interested in. So that's why I was like, I'm good. You know, he was trying to make me chase him. Let's get into that one. Let's get into that one. Let me see. Oh well yeah. Let's get further into it. Hold on. Cuz we he it seemed like men nowadays just want that pretty princess treatment and I'm sick of it. I'm pissed off at Todd. I'm pissed off at Todd because I just knew Todd was being honest. Like we all thought Mama Joyce was tripping and that Todd really was here for Candy. Todd Tucker and Candy Burris, right? We all thought we were invested into their relationship. And for him to turn around, and this is why people like me encourage having a post nup, prenup, because when things get bad, people get ugly. When things get bad, people get ugly. And it's just normal. It's not healthy. It's not for everybody either, but for the most part, people do get ugly. They get they get ugly and they do things that they wouldn't normally do when they in love with you. So to protect your to protect yourself, it's best that you get a prenup, which Candy protected herself. You know, he trying to sit up here and turn around and say that he wasn't given fair treatment and that he did it under duress and all this stuff. Like nobody had a weapon to your head. Nobody threatened your life. You just couldn't have what you wanted. You feel me? You couldn't have what you wanted and also get the reap the rewards of it. Like you thought somebody was gonna go in without protection, and that's just not how life is built. And so he lived the life of because for one, as much as Todd is a genius in his craft, right? I just don't personally believe my mouth is so juicy. I just don't personally believe that when he was building all those restaurants and businesses and stuff that he used his own money. Because what projects was he working on that caused him to, especially the amount of money that he put into it, right? Like if Todd was really putting in that business, like renting out his condo, um, um, what else was I thinking? I don't know. I think the camel that broke the camel that broke the no, the thing that broke the camel's back was the fact that his movie that he put out was not successful. It didn't do that good, right? That and I knew that was gonna happen because they was promoting it. And I remember the last time Candy, I'm gonna have to take some medicine because this crap hurts. I don't know how y'all do this. The last time Candy was on the show, I think it was the last season too. That Ty started complaining that she's super busy and that she don't ever have time to help him with his projects, like the same way that he invests in her projects. First of all, you have a different craft than Candy does. If you was trying to do music or something, Candy got you. Oh, and it goes back to my whole thought process of playing a role, right? You do what you're good at in a relationship. This ain't no, like I was thinking, everybody can't be Kobe Bryant, right? And in that situation, Todd was not Kobe, he was Shaq. Both great players, right? And I know it's old. Yeah, okay. But both great players, both contributed to the championship in their own ways. But at the same time, they were not equal, right? Beneficial to the team, but not equal. And in this case, Candy was Kobe, while Todd was Shaq, and you know, he backed her up. He gave her that force, that support. And I feel like people don't like to play. They don't like to play. I was just watching something that said it was Kiki Palmer who was talking about Stedman being a Stedman. This dude keep walking around. I guess he walking in a circle. Um, and some people don't like to play Stedman, and I'm like, Stedman been with this lady, whether he's a beard or not, right? Allegedly, whether he's a beard or not, he's been playing his role and getting that quote unquote princess treatment. But at the same time, he has his own accolades, right? He has his own life that he does. He just has a woman that he can go places with, enjoy conversation, whatever floats his boat, that he benefits from the relationship. He has that in that relationship, and he's secure within that relationship. He doesn't need someone to validate him. He doesn't need the world, because he get clowned all the time. He get ran through all the time. I don't know if Stedman out here sleeping around. I don't even really care. But the one thing we don't ever hear about Stedman is that he's embarrassing Miss Winfrey. He out here dragging her name through the mud. He taking advantage of Miss Winfrey. He's out here working, right? And some people don't like to play the lower position in the relationship. This is not about having. This is not about being a man. This is about what works for your relationship. And I feel like a man can still be a man within their relationship even if they're not making the most money. That's some ego driven crap. That's some I forgot the word. I'm so deep into it, and my mouth hurt at the same time. That's some ego driven type stuff. And instead of thinking about what's bigger, what will create peace, right? Like, for example, I don't agree with someone's relationship in my family, right? I don't like this person. But if this person, first of all, who cares about what I think, right? But if this person makes you happy and it works in your relationship, who am I to say anything? Who am I to say anything? It doesn't matter if I say, "Oh, well, this is not right." How come that it don't matter. It works for them, and they was doing some off the wall crap, and I was like, "Excuse me, that couldn't ride with me." But hey, they still together, so obviously it works for them. But I roast the shit out of her ass if she ever try to tell me anything about a relationship. Girl, your man was sleeping with other women. Shut up. All right, let's get back into it because I didn't got off onto a tangent or whatever. But for real, Todd didn't want to play Stedman. He wanted to be the lead, and he got tired of people talking about him being a brokey. When in fact he was more valuable. He was just as valuable, excuse me, as Candy, if not more. He just played a behind the scenes role. Now, whether Todd actually liked Candy or not, only Todd, Candy, and God know. The fact that you had to bring a third party into your relationship is crazy. And the fact that he dragged it, if this is a scheme that Todd has brought to us with the BS, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be real with you, Candy. If this is like a plot twist to some bullshit, I'm gonna be pissed because that's what I'm feeling. Because I'm like, this is sudden. This is suddenly. I thought y'all was good. Had the movie up, but the way he was looking at that lady on his movie set, like he was looking in depth at this lady, and it's just it ain't all men, but it's always a man that's cheating, just cheating, just can't help yourself, but to stick it into somebody else, nigga. But I will say I ain't victim blaming, but I'm gonna just call it like I see it. The fact that you open your bedroom opens the door to things that you don't agree with. So don't be looking at us all silly like you want us to do something. You did. It's fine. Well, I enjoy it. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you are okay with him sleeping with other women, as long as I'm there, no, 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 no. You can't be mad. You can't be mad. You should have just went out and got you a bolo. Okay, let's get back into it.
Say we are toxic, and don't ever fix your mouth to basically say, oh no, I want a man to be the head of the household. So you want us to be like our daddies but not act like our daddies?
In a sense, when you say be like our daddies, and I'm just going to assume that this man is in his 40s, right? My sister is in her 40s. And that's just being nice. I don't believe he's 50, right? Or my mama's age. But just assume that he's in his 40s. And your daddy wasn't all that. You grew up in a crack era. Okay. So, and in that time, daddies wasn't really doing anything. You mean we want you to do what your grandpa was doing? And in a sense, no. No. Because grandpa was sitting up there, even though it's just bits and pieces that we want. We want you guys to be providers and do other things, right? We don't want you to be cheaters, woman eaters. Or let me take that back. We don't want y'all to be woman. You know what I got on. We don't want y'all to be that. Okay? We don't want y'all to be these promiscuous adulterers. We don't want you to be dishonest. We don't want y'all to be different forms of dash user. Okay? Ab dash oozer. Okay? So for you to be hollering and screaming as if it's an issue. No, you don't have to be a leader of the household for you to do what a man's role is. There is no why is this it's like the police being fixated with getting your ID. You don't need it. I haven't did nothing wrong. Why do you need it so bad that you got to keep asking me? Because they want to feel like they are in control. This is not a mutual interaction. This is me over you. Run that and shut your mouth. That's what y'all giving off. Y'all giving off police vibes. when in fact you need to be given off, and even then that's just a reach, judge vibe. Like, you need to be fair. You just need to be, a silence is it prospector? Like, you just need to be a viewer in the back. Um but to tell a woman, well, I gotta be the head of the household if you want me to do these things, is ridiculous. And that's why I'd rather be single, because you're right. I'm the head of my household. I do what I want, do what I don't want, and I'm fine with it. I ain't gotta wake up and do anything that I don't want to do. I don't. I don't. And it's exhausting too, because men really think, and they're trying to convince women that, hey, I go to work, in which, if you enjoy your job, which most people don't, but I go to work and hang out with other adults and bring home a check, and I get to relax while you've been at home with little children that tear up this house and have to clean it about 2 or 3 times a day. And you should be grateful. That's what men are trying to convince us, that we should be grateful that they bring home a check. I'd rather go to work and bring home a check and not have to deal with no kids. Like, and that's why I keep saying, women, please give these kids to the men so that they can see. I know not all of them, because some of these psychopathic, delusional beasts will take your baby out the world over some crying. And I have myself felt like that, right? I have felt and imagined different ways of hiding the body. But at the same time, I have never executed it, because it's never been that serious. It's never been, and I'm not a perfect person. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a perfect person. But I'm just saying, these morons would actually execute it. No, you can't be the leader of the household, but you can still do what you can do as a man, because it's just teamwork. And during these stupid holidays that y'all celebrate, you get the MVP award. That's what it is. But stop acting like you better than somebody. You need somebody to validate you that you're better. It's crazy. Like, I wake up every day knowing who I am is who I am. And I like one thing my uncle used to he tells me, I've been many of things. I've been a lot of things. I've been a son of a bitch. I've been a great person. I've been an asshole. I've been a thief. I've been a drug head. I've been a bitch. You feel me? I've been a lot of things. But I know who I am today. And even when he asked me, I gave out like a whole bunch of titles. I gave out like a whole bunch of titles, but at the same time, I know who I am. When I wake up every day, I'm securing who I am and what I need to work on. Just because you're securing who you are doesn't, it means like people, like somebody called me a transgender today. And some of y'all, if somebody calls you a transgender, will get out of a bag and have a hissy fit and cuss people out and stuff. And it's easy. Like, I think I went most of this year, if not this whole year. I gotta look back on it. But I think I went most of this year with not cussing somebody out, with not going in on them, calling them out their names. But let me tell you something. I feel like releasing. Okay. But it's so easy to do that when you can have effective communication. I've learned that people who shout and scream and call you names and stuff don't have good communication skills, and that was including myself. I'd rather call you out your name than actually try to prove or persuade. I don't like to say prove anymore. Persuade um communication. Give persuasive communication. Um and you may not agree with me at the end of the day, but by the time you call me, are you stupid? Are you a dumb bee and all this stuff? I'm like, well, this is why I think the way I think. I'm not going to get down in the mud with you, is my point. And the fact that some people don't have those skills, but want to call themselves leaders, is a big problem for me. You can't even persuade me into believing why I should allow you to lead. Moses wasn't a great speaker, and he believed his brother should have been uh the speaker on behalf of God, and God told him, no, it's you. Both men, it's just not your job, and you gonna learn. Who's to say that his brother was a great speaker? I can't remember his name right now. I want to say it's Lot, but I don't think so. I need to get back to my Bible. But who's to say that? So my whole point is, just because you believe that it should be does not mean it is. And I think God is constantly showing y'all that y'all not the leaders. Nobody is really a leader. There is teamwork. I don't think in that garden Adam was the leader. He just was created first. That's it. But they worked as a team. They left as a team. Shoot.
Yeah. You guys are so stupid how you try to act like it's an either or thing. And women aren't even asking for men to be head of the household. But I'm just saying, a woman could.
We're not. We're really not. We're just asking you to please give something in the relationship that's effective. Like, yes, money is very helpful, but guess what? As soon as you give the money, it goes right back out. I gotta pay bills. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta buy this to make our house look better. Clean up stuff. All this stuff. That's not the ultimate. But you know what feels so good? Peace. Peace feels so good. It feels better than money to me. Put a like if you believe peace feels so much better than money. Please.
Want you to be a leader and not be toxic. A woman could want you to be a head of the household and also know how to communicate. Why does it have to be either or? Why can't it be both? Oh, so you want to stay home and you want to be able to take care of the kids, but I can't financially abuse you like my daddy did? Oh, y'all asking for too much.
Bruh. And then that's the thing too, is that they really trying to run it back. And I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all gonna have a hard time on y'all hands running it back. Y'all if y'all sit up there and put women in survival, even worse survival modes, because we already in survival mode. Worse survival modes where we have to depend upon you again, like our grandparents. It's gonna be a lot of heart attacks, bruh. It's gonna be a lot of heart attacks. Cause I couldn't imagine having a mister. I couldn't imagine. So the fact that women don't have to rely on you anymore, and we are financially secure, capable, you're browbeating us into believing, oh no, you don't like us anymore. You want us to be like our daddies. You ain't even gotta do that, sir. You ain't gotta give us anything. Because the way that it is set up today for women, we can do all that. Trust me. All of it. All of it. Work, intercourse, and I don't mean with a person. Intercourse, peace and quiet for the most part. Hell, I enjoy talking to myself and directly talking to God. Please. I don't have to worry about nobody sitting up there on my back about nothing, making them no food, making a plate, which is crazy. Humping on me, cheating on me, lying. Like, it's stressful. You guys have being with a man is not appealing at all. But the fact that women stay in your mouth and you guys still desire women, but hate us. Like, seriously, you trash us all the time. We women are speaking on truths, was evident to us. Because not only is it happening to me, it's happening to her, and it's happening to her, and it's happening to her, and it's happening to her. It's evident to us. Men have this rejection viewpoint because you've been rejected. Women's standards are too high. I need to start trying to get after these. How about you start trying to get with her if she wants a dude that has 6 figures? Do you have it? You disqualify. Move on. Move on. But the person is not aesthetically pleasing to your homeboy, you're mad. You're mad at this woman who you desire does not want you. It's crazy. It's crazy. A bunch of y'all mad at Kiki Palmer and y'all not even her tax bracket. A lot of y'all mad at a lot of women that's making money and y'all not even making half of their money. You feel me? I can't argue with you. No. Call from +1213988. And I was gonna say, I don't even care if y'all don't want me. Okay, please don't want me, because again, it's peaceful over here. Like, I have my own stuff that I need to work out. Okay, it's good over here. I on top of the things that I'm going through in my own personal life, I couldn't imagine on top of that having to deal with another human being's emotional disorder. Schizophrenic behavior. You feel me? Bipolar. Hot and cold, hot and cold. You know, I'm so good off of that. Like, I already have another human being that I have to deal with that with, but it ain't even on that level though. You feel me? It ain't going nowhere. And then again, it can get cut off real fast. You know what I mean? So let's just move on, because I'm gonna say something.
Like, yeah, those two things. I don't. My wife can stay home. I'm not gonna financially abuse her. You know what I mean? Like, you don't. That's a choice you make.
Yeah, it is. I don't think he gonna say anything else. Let me see. Not him. Not a public offender. This guy in the video. It was something else that he said. He did say something else. Hold on. Because we're not doing that. Hold on a second. Oh. Okay. Oops. My bad. Hold on. I'm trying to check something. Are they giving out food? I guess. Okay.
Point fucking blank, man. We got more untruths from the memes. We got this guy who makes these, these type of dumb videos where he just puts like captions up and walk, whatever.
30 years ago, parents hoped their daughters would marry a good man. Nowadays, parents hope their sons marry a good woman. There is a huge lesson here. That's a lie. That's a lie. When I heard it, of course, public defender is agreeing. He said it, but I agree with him. It's a lie. It's both parents. Since I have a boy, of course, I know me, right? And how I used to be at a certain age, between the age range of 16 to 28, 29. I would even stretch it out a little bit further because, like 32, I was really getting it together. I was really getting it together. And it's different for different people, especially when you grow up in a house with people who train you effectively. I'm really not about to give y'all the blueprint. I'll get into it in a moment. But when you're in a house where people are giving you effective tools, then it's not everybody, right? But the way that society is, especially in the Black community, it may be a little bit difficult. Like, I'm giving my child the tools to be in a healthy relationship. Do I think he's going to be perfect? No, because he's hot-headed. He learned it from me, okay? Which is we're trying to iron out, even for myself. But I worry I worry for both my child and the partner he's going to have because of that, right? Cuz he's hot-headed and I don't try. I am talking having conversations with him about how he interacts because I am the first impression that he has of a woman, right? And so how he treats me is definitely how he's going to treat his lady. For the most part, especially growing up, my child treats me very well, right? So when he called me this morning and was like, "Oh, I forgot my computer. Can you bring it up to the school for me?" A part of me was like, "Go to hell." But at the same time, I really had to think that whatever I ask my child to do, he does it. He all this stuff, just like any other person. But the point is, it's getting done. You feel me? And sometimes I don't even have to ask, right? If I go to the grocery store, I come home with the food and everything, he go gets it out of the cart and he puts it up. You know, it's just teamwork here. And I show him, okay, like, of course, he's not cooking yet, right? But sometimes I'll tell him, you need to cook, right? Or I have him doing different jobs in the house so that for one, he can do it himself. He can do it himself. And two, that he knows that this is not a woman's role. This is you. This is all you, brother. Make sure he washes clothes. All these different tools for him. He cleans up the kitchen magnificently, right? His other job used to be the bathroom. So just starting one by one. Okay, clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen, um, clean your room, of course. Iron your clothes, blah 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 blah. I'm only one person, so it's not really hard. I just don't like to do it every day. I don't like running behind a person telling them every day do this, do this. And with children, you have to do that. But my point is, going back to the point, I know that he's going to have issues in his relationship, especially if he doesn't know himself. Just like when I was younger, I knew I was a handful. I had emotional issues. I had emotional disorders, emotionally immature. I was very immature. I was very, um, what you call it, impressionate on love and hip hop, really reenacting those behaviors, thinking that it was cool and cute. Um, I yeah, I thought I was good at communicating, which I was a bit, but at the same time, like I was very hot headed, and so um, I know how women can be. Um, Even if they did grow up in the house, because this whole conversation of growing up in a household with men is crazy. But even if they did grow up in a household with a 2 parent house, um, women can be very vindictive, very how you say retaliatory, and so that's my concern for my child, is that I want to equip him with these tools so that he can learn how to give persuasive communication. Because when you breaking up with somebody, that's why I encourage, don't be trying to get out there and do that until you got it all together. And I'm working on getting back into our religion too, so that he can get someone within our religion and we ain't got to worry about that other extra stuff. We ain't got to worry about that extra stuff. Uh, out of controlness. But I think, and I utilize, well, like I said, I give him the tools that he needs. But I want him to be able to talk to these women and be able to be like, especially if he doesn't want anything serious. But I feel like if you don't want anything serious, then you really shouldn't be dealing with people, because people, it seems like for sort of the most part, but people that don't want anything serious find people who say they don't want anything serious, but they hope that things turn serious. That's just usually how it's set up, and also a triangle all the time. But um um I hope that he's able to say, nothing's going to turn serious. But I just worry that when things like that happen, that the woman may get their feelings hurt, falsely accuse him, get her cousins, friends, brothers, whatever, lie on him. It's just all under falsely accused, right? And so something may happen, you know, and so that's why I encourage just focusing on yourself, your schooling, making sure you look good, you feel good, because it's really based on self esteem. It's a lot of y'all that got low self esteem out here.
But he says, 30 years ago, parents hoped their daughters would marry a good man. Nowadays, parents hope their sons marry a good woman. There is a huge lesson in this. Where are you getting this from? Where are you getting this from? I would think both people hope their children marry good people. But if you're saying, who do we have to watch out for the most? It's still men.
It's men, because you guys are the highest perpetrators, as far as in the United States. But it's just, I mean, come on now. In the world, Craig, it's definitely in the world too. Like, it's rare that you hear women out here doing stuff. And it's like, when women do stuff, it's, against themselves, like everybody. But it's rare. It's very rare. When I say everybody, I mean themselves, their husband, and the children. Um, it's mainly men. And I agree. I'm not disagreeing with public defender. offender. I'm just saying, y'all got bad reputation. Ain't y'all tired? If women had bad reputation, like we got bad reputation of being French hoes, right? And I'm like, so for us to change the narrative, which I believe we have, is women have not been opening their legs like that. So when y'all be out here calling women hoes, we be like, who? Oh, because I ain't sleeping with nobody. You sleeping with nah, girl? Who? You sleeping nah, girl? Who? Probably one. Probably one out here, that's not ready. But I don't believe a majority of women is out here sleeping just freely with all these men's. No, we good. We good on that. Okay? We good on that. Now, I want to get into another video that public offender was talking about. I'm watching it right now though. But he was talking about, well, the video was talking about how men are trying to pressure women into drinking and smoking. And I'm like, for one, men do that so that they can get a woman loose and easily have access to her. So she's really not making the decision without the support of some substance, right? It's not a sobering decision. And so I feel like it's weak for anyone, man or woman, to have to have substance involved in an dating interaction for you guys to get along or be able to interact. I was just thinking, I don't get along with a lot of my family members because we don't have anything in common. I really don't drink like that. I stopped smoking. I'm going on 4 years now. And so like my older sister, she smokes. And I had her over for the holidays a year ago. And she stayed in the room. She even smoked in my room. I was telling her, you can't be smoking in here. You can't smoke in my property. I usually go to properties that you can't smoke at. And so she had to go to the front. But I wasn't hanging out. I would go in the front just to make sure she was good. And I even tried to help her find some weed and stuff. But for the most part, we wasn't even kicking it like that until the day came where we were hanging out with our mom. And I noticed from there, like, we're not kicking it like that because we don't have common interests. You feel me? We don't have common interests. So when y'all sit up here having are targeting your victim, I use that word loosely, that you guys try to target women that you can somewhat take advantage of. And I know it's harsh terms to be using because I don't think that a sober-minded person would make the same decision that they would under the influence. I know me personally, I don't. Right? And so when men sit up there and bring you on a date and they try to get you to drink, they're trying to get you to loosen up so that you can loosen your legs up as well, so they can maybe touch you inappropriately, maybe talk to you inappropriately, right? My question is, if your strategy is to get a woman under the influence by some form and she doesn't do any of those things, what is the next step? Do you guys feel like your communication game is so weak that you have to be under the influence? Like, I used to have a good time with this person, and we would drink on the weekends though. But if we didn't drink, we still had a great time because we had a common interest. right? And we would just laugh and have a good time. We would have deep conversations and stuff, but we would have, for the most part, a fun time. And we didn't need substance to be around each other. That's kind of odd to me. Um, I think he was a fun person without it, just like he was with it. Like he was not a different person to me. Um, so that's my question. If you don't have confidence in yourself, for one, why are you even out dating? And it's giving predatorial behavior when you have to do that to a person, period. But for the most part, it's men doing it. So that's why when people say men, it's men that's doing it. Um, I think, especially for a first date, you really should not drink and smoke so that you can be level headed and make sound decisions and you don't make mistakes um, that you regret later. Um, I feel good on the fact that I haven't smoked in 4 years. So I don't have to worry about sleeping with multiple people or like when I engage with people. I'm like, um, the life of the party. Oh, I was gonna say, I went to my family member's house for my uncle's birthday. I wasn't celebrating or anything because I don't celebrate anything, but I just wanted to be there. My son to be able to see his male figures in his life, and they were all drinking, and I know they didn't ask me if I wanted something. I wasn't gonna drink anyways because I had to drive, and I I didn't want to. But I still was having a good time. I still was able to interact. My thing went up again. I still was able to interact with everyone. I still was able to engage, right? I'm socially awkward anyways. So it just helps me work on my communication, my social awkwardness, sound mind. So that's just my encouragement to you guys is to have some other type of tools to use besides you know I don't want to call it that, but predatorial behavior, that's what it is. um I already touched on the whole princess treatment with Todd Tucker, the fact that he got to live the nice life, and Mama George is like, "Oh, this, okay, I am still pissed." Like, yeah, I need to knock it out. We need that trend to knock off real fast. The whole princess treatment is not gonna happen. Y'all not gonna get no woman unless she has low self-esteem, who do not care about herself, but eventually she will come to realize that she is more than what you are and she can get better. It's not gonna last that long. Um, but like who I couldn't imagine being like in my masculinity, as you guys call it, right? In my masculinity now, I can't even see myself having princess treatment because I like myself so much. I like to do things for myself. Like there is things I like to get my own nails done. But if you wanna do it every once in a while, that's fine. But I'm not gonna be relying upon you to do anything. If I want to go out and eat, I go out and eat. If I want to go hiking, anything, if I want to go to a new place, I do it. And that's what it leads to. When you guys get married and stuff, you guys do all these things together at the beginning of your relationship, but eventually it starts to your partner really doesn't want to do those things, and it's okay. You like to do your own things and they like to do their own things, but there's things that you guys like to do together. That's just how life works. And it's just like, y'all making it so difficult. More difficult than when it needs to be. Now I'm gonna get into the last thing and I'm gonna get out of here. Giving men the recipe for how to be in a relationship is not my job. I'm gonna tell you, when I grew up, chopping F and screw up, I used to have men tell me a lot. They used to tell me a lot. I'm not in the business, and they didn't say it like this, but they basically said, I'm not in the business of raising somebody else's child. If you don't know how to be a woman, I'm not going to teach you how to be a woman. And I encourage women to stop doing that. When they ask you, I don't know if I'm going to find it because I don't feel like looking for it. But when men ask you, hold on, my bad. When they ask you, oh, what is it that you need in a relationship? What can a man do for you in a relationship? Child, I know he didn't take that watermelon out of that trash can. I guess. If you want it, you got it. Um, Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to pull it up. When they ask you those questions, stop answering them. Stop telling them what women want. I realized that when I was younger, women used to try to tell me things because they've been through it. And now I understand at my big age. And y'all youngsters, y'all 20-year-olds, when y'all get to 30 or something, probably 40, y'all gonna realize it too. The world just go around and around and around. Um, um, okay, here we go. All right. Let me see. Um, Let me see if I can like it. I mean, share it. Please like, comment, and subscribe when you come in. Okay.
All right, ladies, I got a real question, okay? Instead of us assuming why y'all do what y'all do, y'all choose who y'all choose, right? I really want y'all. I really
I didn't know that music was playing. Why that music playing? Okay. My bad. So it says, ladies, if you have 5 different guys you're attracted to, what would make you choose one out of the 5 in the comments? And you got a lot of women. I said they're gonna use it against you, women. I said let their parents tell them. I said I'm not giving out the secret ingredients. A lot of women says his consistency, consideration, and ability to lead. The only ability to lead is not the same as be the leader, okay? It basically means, nigga, when I fall short, let me just shut up. Let me shut up. The only one who can hold a conversation, respect my boundaries. Not the only one, okay. Respect my boundaries. I don't know what that means. ESP on X. Be transparent, great sense of humor. You think they don't know this already? You don't think they want these things in the relationship? You don't think that they want these same qualities in a relationship from a woman? You think it's just one-sided? You think it's just from the man? That these things, honesty, consistency, patience, leadership, and safety, feeling at home. You think that these men don't want that? Being level-headed, patient, gentle, allow us to have and express it. Why are you telling them something that they already know? They know it already. They just don't. They want to see how much they want to see how much you want them to do. They want to see how low your standards are. These niggas talking about some, oh, you need to get your standard from out of the clouds and all this stuff. If I used to be so mad at my mom when she used to do that, I said, you really mad because he ain't telling you that you're beautiful every day? That's her standards. Now I understand. If that's what she wants, yes. I need you to reassure me every goddamn day that I'm the only thing that's beautiful in your eyes. And women are so different. But for y'all to tell them they're gonna sit up there and be consistent in what they perceive you to be acceptance of. So whether it's taking them out once a week, they're gonna try to once a week. It's bait. They bait you into relationships, into long-term commitments without commitment. And what is that? A baby mama. So why are y'all constantly giving them the ingredients to something they already know how to cook? They just want to see how long you gonna let them cook it, if it's gonna be left uncooked. You feel me? It's not gonna be fully cooked. In this order, he understands how to protect, loyalty, provide in other ways that aren't financial. He's easy to talk with, without rushing me or making me feel like I'm always starting something to argue about. You think he don't want that either? You think he don't want that either? Sense of humor. He has to have a natural clean smell. Pheromones are important. Great hygiene, beautiful teeth, nice smile. You think they don't want that either? Like, in anything that you want, and I think that's the greatest advice I got, and I did not understand. Some of y'all frontal lobes is not fully developed yet, and you have not went through enough life experience to understand um um the things that you are expecting, you should be doing for yourself. So I agree with this thing. Natural clean smell. If you're eating properly, you have a natural clean smell. I don't eat properly, so yes, I have an odor. Okay, if I don't clean myself, right? I can't go a day or two without showering. Hell, I can't even go half the day sometimes because of what I eat. I eat a lot of greasy food. Um, um, Pheromones are important. It goes back into what you're eating. Um, Great hygiene, right? Some of y'all don't have wipes in y'all bathroom, and that's a red flag to me. Let me tell you something. There was a dude I was talking to. He was a weed man, and he owned his own dispenser at the moment. And he had a bar of soap in his bathroom. Now he didn't. He had a toothbrush and everything. He had everything he needed. He didn't have no wipes though. And I think at the time I didn't care, but at least he had some soap, right? And I felt like very pleased with that, right? I felt very pleased with that because it shows great hygiene. But some of y'all need to get y'all stuff in order. Great kisser, whatever. Uh, the voice have to match the primal clean attraction too. I dated somebody who they facial, uh, their their voice didn't match their face. Their voice didn't even match their stature, right? He had a Tyson voice. Like, because we know who Tyson is, we know how his voice is. Like, Michael's voice don't match his body. Michael's voice, it looked like it should be deeper. right? We all think Michael has a feminine or soft, not feminine, but soft voice. And we want him to have this deep, deep voice. He got that broad chin, cut jaw, nice body. He got great shoulders, okay? Okay, he may have been skinny, but I heard he beat up on people too. Mm-hmm. He should have had Jackie voice. That's who it is. Okay, it ain't too deep, but it's real smooth with it. Okay. So yeah, like I make sure I clean myself. I make sure that, especially when I go out, I am smelling appealing. Like I had a conversation with my son last night. Um, and I don't mean to put nobody on blast or nothing, but I had a conversation and I said, you need to really work on yourself, because it should never be a time and day where you go out the house and you don't clean yourself. I said, when we go out, you hear people tell me that I smell good all the time, don't you? And he like, yeah. And I said, okay, do you hear that at school? No. And I'm like, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, because I was thinking about the something. I said, but don't you want to be told that you smell good? Yeah. Work on excuse me. Work on your hygiene then. There should never be a time you walk out. Like, it should never be a time you are okay with going outside knowing that you just took a dump. You got the same underwear on. Most of y'all dudes be having Duke in your drawers. Some girls too. I'm not above it. I've improved though. I've surpassed that. I surpassed that. Okay. Cause I use wipes, baby. Ever since then, I've been feeling like a baby's ass. Okay. I've been feeling good. I encourage y'all to get them wipes. I'm gonna tell you, like my baby daddy told me, get the brim, get on in there. It may seem gay, whatever, but you'll be clean. You'll be clean. Most of y'all dudes talking about some I don't wipe because it's gay. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid, and y'all need to go back into the not even the 1800s. Y'all need to go way, way back, 1400s. Okay, y'all need to go into the caveman time, and I think even they was clean. Okay, they were going up in that water and clean themselves up. Y'all nasty. Okay, I think it's more gayer that you walking around smelling like booty, because we know the gay people be in there. Okay, y'all need to clean yourself. That's not no pheromones that we want to smell. Like, I know a certain sense that women give off that men be like, they just love it. Okay, they just love it, and I've had it too many times. But I was gonna say, even when around the house, like I'm a like that's why I'm like, I don't care about being in a relationship, because I can be around my house all day stinking. What I can't take is no musty smell. One thing I have not smelled on myself in a long time is fishy smell. Like, I know when I'm on my menstrual, when I'm on my period, it smells like copper. If y'all know what copper smell like, it smells something of that sense, metally, like that. And so it really doesn't smell deadly though. So y'all need to, work on that. I know I have. Well, I ain't about to put my business all out there. Y'all got it. Okay, so of course they know what women want. They know what women want, just like you know what men want. And so stop telling them. Tell them to go to therapy and figure it out with their therapist. I said, go ask your parents. And not only that, though, I thought about it after the fact. Go talk to the men in your community, your elders in your community. Okay? The men in your community. Go ask them. They figured it out because it seems like when they get old, they figure it out. They like, oh, that's what they be wanting. They just want me to show up when they ask me to show up. Don't want me to complain. They know. Go ask them. Ladies, stop answering these redundant ass questions. Stop it. Because all they're going to do is pretend to be something they're really not. And then turn it around on you and say, you said this is what you wanted. This is what you said you wanted. Let them show you who they are. Let them show you who they are, who they truly are at core. They'll show you, and then you can decide from there, this ain't the person that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for this person. I'm looking for this person. Again, leaders don't need you to tell them what makes you choose that one dude. A leader don't need you to tell them how to behave. This is once again our point as to why y'all not leaders. When those dudes told me I'm not in the business of raising somebody else's child on how to be a woman, I took that in stride. It took me a long time, and I continued to run into the same wall. But hey, look at me now. Okay, like CB, look at me now. I don't be worrying about that. Like, I be wanting compassion. I be wanting, not compassion, companionship, right? But I'm not happy or satisfied with who I am right now. Because if I get into a relationship, I'm going to still have those insecure traits. Not saying that even when I was 150 pounds just a year ago or two, I still had those insecure traits because I still need to be reassured. I still need validation. I still need certain things in my relationship. So, to make me feel comfortable. And that's the thing, at peace, right? If you over here like, oh, I ain't got time for all that, then you ain't got time to be with a person. Some people don't need all that. Some people need more than this. It's either from the front end or the back end. You either gonna be paying a lot or you gonna be talking a lot. It's just either or. And when y'all get on the program of where do you stand? You ain't got that much money, but you ain't got time to be talking, then you need to figure out how to either talk or make some money. Not hard to decide. Okay? Me personally, men like cooking, men like cleaning. I'm on the, well, either I'm going to make a whole bunch of money so I can hire somebody to do that, or I'm going to learn how to do that. Either way it goes, I'm going to be good. Because I think even if I do make a lot of money, I still want to cook. You feel me? I like to cook, not all the time though, but I do like to cook. Y'all got it. Y'all can figure it out, okay? I ain't got time. I ain't your mama, okay? Go play with your mama, don't play with me, nigga. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Please like, comment, and subscribe because I can see y'all coming up in here. All right, have a good day. Bye.